So, you've got a big idea for an app, right? But you probably don't have $1 million budget to just throw at it. Well, today, we're going to break down the playbook for building what's called a minimum viable product, or MVP, using one of the most popular tools in tech, React. It all starts right here, doesn't it? That little spark of inspiration. A digital product that you just know could change things. You can already see it in your head, the users, the success. It feels like a sure thing. And yeah, there's the catch. Building stuff is expensive, it takes a ton of time, and there's always that nagging risk. What if you build something nobody actually wants? This is exactly where the whole philosophy of validate first, build later becomes an absolute game changer.
Okay, so here's our game plan. We'll start with what an MVP actually is and why you need one. Then we'll get into why React is such a great choice for it. After that, we'll walk through planning, building, and finally, how to tell if you've actually succeeded. Let's dive in.
First things first, let's make sure we're all on the same page about what an MVP really is. It's a term that gets thrown around a lot, but its real meaning is incredibly specific and really powerful. So here's the key thing to get. An MVP is not a half-finished, buggy product. It's the absolute smallest, simplest version that actually works. The goal isn't to launch a minimal product, it's to get the maximum amount of learning with the minimum amount of effort. Its purpose isn't perfection, its purpose is knowledge. And this is a super important distinction to make. People confuse MVPs and prototypes all the time. A prototype is basically a drawing. It shows you what something could look like. An MVP, on the other hand, is a real functional product. It shows you what your idea does when real people get their hands on it. It's all about real interaction, not just a demonstration. So why even bother with this approach? Well, the benefits are just huge. You get to market way faster, you slash your development costs, and most importantly, you dramatically lower your financial risk by testing your big ideas before you've sunk a ton of money into them. It's all about being smart and nimble. Okay, so we're sold on the idea of an MVP, but what do we actually build it with? Let's take a look at why React, that super popular JavaScript library, is so often the go-to tool for this job. Just think of React components like Lego bricks. You build a button once, or a search bar, or a user profile, and then you can reuse that same brick anywhere you want in your app. This whole approach means you can build way faster, updates are easier, and your whole user interface stays consistent. Now, this is where it gets really cool. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. The React ecosystem is absolutely massive. It's packed with libraries and tools for pretty much everything, from user logins to analytics. This means your developers can focus on what makes your product unique, not on building all the boring foundational stuff from scratch. And don't think this is just for small-time projects. React is the engine behind huge platforms like Netflix, Airbnb, and Salesforce. That's all the proof you need that an MVP built with React isn't some throwaway project. It's built on a foundation that can grow right along with you, all the way to a massive enterprise-level application when your idea really takes off. All right, we've got the what and the why covered. Now we're getting into what might be the most critical phase before a single line of code is written, the strategy. This is where you turn your big business idea into an actual technical blueprint. You know, everything has to start with the user. A user story, just like this one, frames a feature from their perspective. It's not about the tech specs, it's about the value they get. This keeps your entire team focused on solving a real problem for a real person. So once you have all these user stories, how in the world do you prioritize them? This value versus effort matrix is a simple, but believe me, incredibly powerful tool. You just plot each feature based on how much value it gives the user versus how much work it takes to build. And that top left box, high value, low effort, that's your MVP's sweet spot. That's what you build first, period. All right, the plan is locked in. Now it's time to actually turn that strategy into a real working product. Let's walk through how the building process usually goes. The development process really follows a logical path. You start by laying a solid foundation with good architecture. Then you build your core features one brick at a time. You tackle state management, which is just a fancy way of saying you make sure the app can handle data and remember things correctly. Then you hook it up to the brains on the back end. And finally, you wrap it all up in a design that's actually enjoyable to use. And hey, let's not just skim over that last step. Even though it's a minimum viable product, the user experience is absolutely vital.
Think about it. If your product is confusing or a pain to use, you're not going to get good feedback on your actual idea. A good first impression builds trust and gets people to stick around long enough to tell you what they really think. And you're live. Your MVP is out in the wild. But the work is definitely not over. In fact, you could say the most important part is just getting started. Now it's time to measure, learn, and figure out what's next. One of the very first numbers you should be looking at is your activation rate. This isn't just about how many people sign up. It's about how many people take that first critical action that proves they get your product's value, like creating their first to-do list or sending their first message. It's the ultimate test of that aha moment. But if there's one single metric that is king, it's retention. Are people coming back the next day, a week later, a month later? This tells you if you've built a nice-to-have vitamin or a must-have painkiller. If people keep coming back, you're not just a fad. You are solving a real ongoing problem for them. High retention is the clearest signal you've got something special. So, how do you get all this juicy data? Well, you have a whole arsenal of tools. Analytics platforms show you what users are doing. Heat maps can show you where they're getting stuck, and things like in-app surveys let you just straight up ask them why. Using a mix of these gives you the full picture. And this all brings us back to the core lesson here. An MVP is basically a scientific instrument. Its whole purpose isn't to be this flawless, finished product right out of the gate. Its purpose is to give you flawless information so that you know exactly what you need to build next. And that really is the goal of this entire process. An MVP gets you to this incredibly powerful place where you've replaced all your guesses with actual data, you really understand your users, and you have a solid foundation to build on. So the only question left is, what are you going to build next?